Well. GM. G. To the M. Great morning, my friends. DJs, Diamond Hand fam, Forge and Fuel crew, super soldiers, pioneers, pivoters, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out and anyone in between. Welcome back. And welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel, baby. Woo! That's right, my friends. Here we are back live in prime time for episode 679. And if you don't know, you won't know. But I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Swirl One. And I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, start your day the right way, and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, let me be the first to tell you that we got one hell of a show on tap for
Another
you
one.
on this fantastic Friday morning. It is February the 28th, 2025, the last day of February. Where the hell is this month gone? What in the world is going on? It just turned 2025 yesterday, right? What the hell's happening? Boy, oh boy, I hope you've been crossing things off your list and checking boxes left, right, and center because March is officially upon us. And I hope you're ready to come alive this morning because we got more motivation, more inspiration, more good vibration, and high-level conversation coming your way than you're going to know what to do with over the course of episode 679, baby. But before we dive into those aforementioned vibes, before we can hop on the proverbial show train and get this bad boy steaming on down the tracks, we must humbly ask you to do a few things. If you can find it in that big old heart of yours to do so this morning, maybe, just maybe, you could take a quick moment to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you're currently ingesting the Forge and Fuel podcast on. If you are watching on the old YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell located right over there yonder next to the subscribe button as well, so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content coming out here on the channel. I promise I'll get through this, kids. Don't worry. And if you're enjoying this morning's program, maybe you hit that like button down there one time for the one time, and you can help the old algo go and flow on the old tube of the U variety. Maybe you don't like the tube of the U variety. Maybe you like something a little more censorship free. Maybe you enjoy the rumble, baby. And if that's the case, maybe you could think about smashing a subscribe, turning on a notification bell, even crushing a like button as well if you are tuning in over on the Rumble, so you can help us go and flow over there as well. But maybe neither one of those platforms there are your viewing pleasures platforms of choice. Maybe X is where you get all your video content. You get the truth. You get motivated. You get inspired. You get everything in between in the all-in-one app. Well, my friends, if that's the truth for you and you're watching this live in prime time on the X app, maybe you could hit that heart button. Maybe smash that repost button. And maybe crush that quote post button and let the people know on the X timeline why you have decided to tune in live in prime time to Forge and Fuel this morning. And last but certainly not least, my friends, if you are listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast directory like Apple, Amazon, or potentially even watching as well on Spotify, maybe you could take a quick moment to hit a follow, leave us a subscribe, give us a 5-star rating. In all honesty, just take a moment to smash the shit out of whatever buttons you see on your screen, as it only helps us grow and flow on all those platforms as well. Nah, man. Yeah, buddy. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beings tapped in, tuned in, locked in live in prime time that have already smashed the shit out of those buttons and helped us get going and flowing on the algorithm on whatever platform you're tuning in live in prime time from this morning. But maybe you ain't hit those buttons. Maybe you're sitting there thinking, why do I got to do that? What's the point of me smashing those doggone buttons? There ain't no reason for me to do that. I ain't got no impact. Well, maybe you do. And maybe you sitting there not smashing those buttons is doing exactly what 47 and 45 just told you. You're being rude. So you don't want to be rude to start the day, do you? And maybe this show makes you laugh. Maybe this show makes you cry. Maybe this show makes you think. Maybe this show makes you go, you know, I ain't ever thought of it that way for. That's some pretty good perspective. Who's to say? Who's to know? And if so, don't be a hoe. Share the show. Be a friend. Tell a friend. And let somebody know. And we will proceed with this morning's program. That's right, my friends. Here we are back live and prime time in the flesh. One time for the one time here on episode 679 of Forge and Fuel. If you can't tell, I'm fired up. I'm ready for another electric start to the day. It might just be a damn nuclear power plant up in here, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, coming off of an electric gateway meeting last night. Shout out to all you OGs of the Diamond Hand fam that were in the building. We had some great conversations last night. I got me some great notes over here. I tell you what, I got tons of things to follow up on today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm telling you what, it don't ever stop. It don't ever stop. But this is the life for me, baby. But I can't think about all that future stuff that I got to deal with. I got to Push the toes into the ground. Plant my ass firmly, safe and sound, and be right here and now. That's it! My friends, you've heard some sounds. You've heard some glass breaking. Some bells are ringing. You've heard some whoos. You've heard some oh yes. You've heard some whatever the hell that just was. I don't even know. Also, you've heard from a specific bodybuilder, the one, the only Mr. Ronnie Coleman, and that must mean the lightweight slinging, iron pumping, bowling ball bench pressing, the one and only DWZYY, Derek DZ Snow, live in the building. What up, Mr. Producer? Baby! Mr. Producer live in the building. Shout out to my guy. What do you got? Oh, he's just blacked out today. He's been wearing colors all week. He's blacked out this week. Oh, he's got a little bowling shirt on. All right. Taking it back to the old school days. I feel you, D's. I feel you. Okay, shit. Well, we know Mr. Producer's here. Excuse me. He's made that clear. So, my friends, all we have left to do on this intro is bring in the co-host with the mo-host of this fine morning program. He is a man who is currently going through a plan. Yeah, that's right. One of them travel plans where he may or may not have gotten on a tin can. Nope, he just got in a tin box and drove a few hours down to my old stomping grounds. Not so much of a foreign land to me, but maybe a foreign land to thee. Who's to say, who's to know? Get on your feet and put your hands together, as joining us now is the founder of the Grandpa Ape Country Club. The lead pro on the GACC greens, if you will. A professional DJ with a wide-ranging musical catalog. Wait, he's not going to be... Hold on. When is that? Is that tomorrow? When is the DJ part? Oh, shit, I'm a little confused when the next DJ party is. Either way, point still stands is that if you ever tune into one of his DJ parties and you get the opportunity to plug in and just start moving and grooving, you're going to say to yourself, oh my gosh, that's not a DJ. That's a human iPod. What? A purveyor of positive vibes. What? Curator of high-level energies. What? Certified PLP pusher. What? Jet plane flying. What? McLaren driving. What? Integra window smashing. Rolex rocking. What? Jesus piece dangling. What? The man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only, with an emphasis on the one. What? Please, once again, get on your feet and put your hands together for Mr. Turned Up himself, weighing in that corner as the heavy hitter. You know him. He's the one with an emphasis on it. DJ Swirl One. Great morning, Swirl One. How you doing over there?
Bro, I'm in some little bitty small town. I can't tell you.
It ain't that
little.
funny.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's tiny. And it's bright outside, though. It looks beautiful. I'll tell you this. I'm excited. Who needs light when you have all this sunshine coming through this beautiful window right here? I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to go. Oh, my God. It's Friday. And just for your thought, the party tomorrow.
Well, I was, but then I didn't realize that I thought you were coming back Sunday. I didn't know all the logistics.
No, I could have changed today's appointment. It would have been tonight, but I couldn't change today's appointment. It had to be at this time. So that's why, So tomorrow we're going to be rocking on the greens. But tonight, my friends, that doesn't mean that you still can't find something fun to do, something amazing to get into. Maybe you start learning a new skill. Maybe you pick up a book and start reading it. Could possibly mean you just go grab a drink with a friend, or you do all of the above. And then you say, you know what? I'm going to go get a workout in. Hey, some people do that. You just never know. Hey, good workout's good to have. I'm just telling you. I'm pretty sure for mine this week. My legs, oh, buddy, having a hard time moving around. So there's that. However, first, grab some water. As a matter of fact, I probably need some right now. It's right here. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty good. Yeah. And you might have one of these too. It's not the best coffee, but it's not bad. I got another one ready to go in there too. So good morning, Vietnam. Oh yeah, baby. Come on. Give me some of that black elixir. Oh, I need that. I just got to go hit the button and another cup comes right out. Just like that. So be prepared like I am. I got up early. I beat my alarm. I went to bed right after the networking meeting. I was out. Long day yesterday. So I'm looking forward to today. I'm fired up. I got plenty of energy. Got a lot to do. And I'm going to see some people later on today. So that's always a positive. My friends, welcome to Forge and Fuel. We appreciate your time and attention. Let's get this thing kicked off.
Shout out, Swirl One. Glad to see you a little more alive this morning, my friend. A little worried about you last night. Worried you might show up this morning with your doggone sleeping cap on or something. I was afraid the volume wasn't going to
I got my sleep in last night. I know my body. If I'm tired, well, I'm passing out.
So what the hell's going on with this guy? Dadgum. Old sleepy puppy. What jeepers creepers.
Bro, I only drove like 8 hours yesterday.
Reaching across the screen and just whoa, what the shit? I don't know
I was only saying data. It was up to you.
Hey, I wasn't even saying that I was going to start doing it. I was just listening intently. That's all I was doing. Who's to say? Who's to know? Got to be in the gateway meeting in order to know what the hell we're even talking about. If you missed it last night, you missed a good one. We talked about some good shit. Like I said,
some good stuff last night.
I got 2 full pages of things I got to follow up on. That's my notes. And I showed them to you backwards because you don't get to know. And unfortunately, my friends, we had hit our recording limit in the gateway. I had no idea there was a fucking recording limit. So last night is not recorded. So if you weren't in there, you don't have access. Hey. And I was not going to upgrade to $500 a month just to fucking record another hour. So sorry, everybody. I had to be in there live in prime time. There's no recording of that one this time around.
If you missed out.
Yikes. Well, my friends, that was last evening. This is this morning. And here we are live into prime time once again on episode 679 to kick off your final Friday, your final day of the month of February. And you know how we do it. Let's get it cracking the only way we know how. Let's get that funny bone tickled up a little bit. You know, let's get them abs working just a touch. Maybe them cheeks. Them cheeks just get stuck in position because you just smile so hard as we start this show. How do we accomplish that? You say, there's no way you're going to make me laugh and smile that much just by being right there on the screen. Maybe not. Maybe that's why we have a whole morning laugh section. Nah, I mean. And this morning, my friends, I'm sticking with the trend. Screw it. This week, we've done it every single day, so we might as well bring it on Friday, baby. You got them. 1, 2, 3 morning laughs coming your way. And I thought, what direction do we go here today? This morning, forward. My friends. What's this?
Always forward.
Always forward, yes, 100%.
Yeah, if you ask for direction, it's forward.
100%. Never backwards, never left, never right. Always down the path. However, sometimes when you're walking down said path, you got to throw up the dick beaters and dance a few times. You got to throw a little jab, maybe cross real quick. Hey, come back, little jab, hook. Oh, shit, they don't know what's happening. You got to put them up a couple of times. Put them up. And I thought, why not just take a gander at some fun fights, some old-fashioned ass whoopings. I figured there'd be some good ones here. Who's to say, who's to know? So, video number 1, my friends. If you were just so happen on planning to rob a local convenience store this weekend, or maybe go in and think that because, the police don't care anymore, I can just go take whatever I want and fuck them all. Well, you can think that, but you just might walk into the wrong convenience store with Sanju and Sanjeep, and they might just beat you square into oblivion.
With a stick.
Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is a good old-fashioned ass whooping.
God damn. Ain't nothing you can do, though. There's nothing you can do, man, until you call police. Ain't nothing you can do, man, until police come on. Hey, don't. Hey, ain't nothing you can do, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Oh, yeah. Shoot it again.
Flip him over. Get him over here. his ass! Get his ass!
Whooping his ass right there. That's called whooping your ass. That's called whooping your ass. Ass whooping.
Ass whooping.
Man, I tell you what, people want to say they got their ass kicked at work today. A lot better than that one right there, let me just say.
I don't know. You got your ass kicked that bad. And I'll tell you what, I have been praying for one of those moments to happen in my life. I'm not that I want to be a superhero or anything, but man, I just want some dumbass to do that in front of me so I can find the nearest stick and just start. Just, hey, I'm going to start walking around with the fucking hammer. Just, just beating the dog shit out of motherfuckers.
That's not going to do anything for you.
Well, that's fine. That's all good. That's all. I don't give a fuck. It give me the opportunity to then start using the old dick beaters.
I just want to clothesline somebody as they try to steal something right out the door. Just boom.
That's a good one. I actually got a video to make today. There was a video I saw. Some young man was trying to steal a little something and took a 2-liter Coke bottle to the back of the dome, knocked him clean the fuck out. I mean, whoo, he went night-night. So I got a little video to come there later. However,
there's a special place in the world for thieves on the ground.
Fuck them, 100%. In a rear naked choke or an arm bar or maybe a key lock. Who's to say, who's to know? We could just do some crazy shit. Maybe an Olympic pancake. They ain't never seen nothing like that before. Who's to say, who's to know? That's back in my WWE days. But your second clip of the morning, my friends. We carry on with the fights. And maybe, you know, this one gets you a little confused. You know, maybe you brewed that pot of coffee, you poured that first cup, and you step out there on your back porch, and you got your eyes almost barely closed. Oh, they ain't even open. Oh, shit. What is going on? And all of a sudden, you think that you're dreaming. You don't even know if you really poured that cup of coffee or what even happened, because now all of a sudden, you are fighting for your life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the morning fight of your life.
Yes. I was sitting here doing this for 5 minutes. Am I fucking dreaming?
Am I fucking dreaming?
How'd you see it?
Well, I don't know why it's so fucking mean. The buck. Stop, motherfucker. What's your deal?
Would you just look out your window?
Bro, I would
making my fucking coffee.
headlock that son of a bitch so fast, bro.
He said, I was making my fucking coffee.
That's exactly right. I would.
Holy crap.
All right. I'm going to let you go. You're going to go your way. I'm going to go mine. All right? 3, 2, 1.
Bruh.
How the hell did that happen?
That deer.
I was just making my coffee, and then I'm fucking fighting this thing for 5 minutes. He says, am I fucking dreaming?
Bro, that would have been a wrestling move. I would have literally just bro, that thing would have been out. I don't care. There's no way that little thing is taking me out. Now, maybe a lynx or a bobcat I wouldn't be able to do that with, but that thing, I'm taking that.
Those little bastards are way stronger than you think, man. Those
I've seen them, but I'm telling you right now, that thing is not beating me.
I ain't beating
out of sheer willpower, that thing's not going to whoop my ass.
I'd have tackled his ass the first time he hined up.
Yeah, as soon as he did that,
I'd have double-legged his ass right into the dirt. I'd just start dropping bows on his fucking
motherfucker. I'd have been like, yeah, you got the wrong guy, motherfucker. That dude hit like a bitch.
Felt like Joe Rogan right there. You know, you can get so much into this, but if I go like, it's one of my favorite Joe Rogan clips.
See me all fired up right here, bro. I thought we were supposed to be laughing. I want to kill that deer.
Sorry. Just give me the beginning of that where he said, "Am I fucking dreaming?"
Yes. I was sitting here doing this for 5 minutes. Am I fucking
You dreaming?
Fucking dreaming? I've been sitting here doing this for 5 minutes. Am I fucking dreaming?
Fucking dreaming. No, bro, this shit's happening.
That's real life in prime time right there, buddy. Without caffeine, that's your wake-up call. Your third and final morning laugh, my friends. I came across this one, and I thought this was just, this was too good not to share. It's right here. Boy, oh boy, you ever heard of getting your lick back? Well, woo! That takes getting the lick back to a whole new extent. Ladies and gentlemen, here this morning, a young man here to explain how he recently got his lick back.
Since bounty hunt. Meaning, if you jump bounty, your shit is 65,000 or above. I work with the marshals. I'm gonna come kick your front door in. Not gonna bother me at all. So this chick I'm dating, she decides to tell me, I am never going to submit to you. I am never going to be loyal to you. All my loyalty is going to go to Outcast Motorcycle Club and 2 of my exes in this club. She decides at 2 o'clock in the morning while I'm at work, she wants to be on FaceTime with one of them. I can break into a phone without the phone. All I need is the cell phone number. And I'm going to get in your phone in 15 minutes. And I'm going to have all of your text messages from 2 years within 4 hours. This is what I do. She is now under a federal RICO indictment charge. The whole Outcast Motorcycle Club is now under a federal RICO indictment charge because she wanted to fucking play with me and wanted to be on fucking live with these motherfuckers. The niggas that she cheated with that were married, I took all their text messages from 2 years and I sent them to the guy's wife. Both of the guys that she cheated with in Outcast, they're now getting a divorce. And 32 members of Outcast Motorcycle Club are under federal RICO indictment charge. When I get my lick back, I do it legally and I make sure you go to prison for a long fucking time.
I gotta love that guy's pettiness. It's the best pettiness in the world. I can't say I'm not above that. I might do the same. I'm just gonna say I might do the same thing.
The man is a bounty hunter. Uses the phone to get the. Oh my goodness! Hey, that is a next level of petty. That is a next
I love the pettiness.
level of.
I think it's great. I love that pettiness.
I love it. I fucking love it.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a little petty me in there somewhere. Where I just like, oh yeah, okay, motherfucker.
Bet you didn't see that one coming, did you, huh? Bet you didn't see that one coming, did you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm petty like that, bitch. I remember that.
Man, got the whole damn motorcycle club on a RICO charge, and all he wanted was just a submissive bitch. Jeepers, creepers. Holy.
I was just trying to buy you a ring, girl, and here you are.
Damn, I just cut it off. Old boy goes crazy. Holy shit. Who's say, who's no, kids?
Oh, that's hilarious.
There was getting your lick back to a new extent. Well, friends, here's some morning laughs, morning fights, morning what the hell is going on. Holy shit, am I dreaming? Hey, if you see some young man taking an ass whooping with a stick by Sanjeep and Sandhu in some, corner store, if you could be so kind as to whip out your phone and start videoing that and then send it
for us.
So
we would love to see more of that.
We would love a live reaction. That would be some real good stuff right there. However, my friends, speaking of sending things to the show, if over the duration of the next hour or so, you have a trigger or two tripped. Maybe your gears begin to turn. You have some things start to fester, burn on the brain, melt on the heart, fester down there in the soul. And you say, oh, I got to get that out. That's got to go somewhere. Wait a minute. Well, we have a whole live chat open live in prime time for you right now. So whether you're on X, on YouTube, on Rumble, you can get over there in the live chat and drop down your thoughts, your perspectives, your questions, your knowledge, your insights, whatever it might be throughout the duration of the program. And once we get into the third segment of the day, we'll pop them up on the screen and we'll start giving our perspective on those. And as a reminder, you can always send emails to the show as well. If you want to be a little more lengthy, if they don't give you enough characters over there in the live chat, maybe you want to be a little more anonymous. Who's to say, who's to know? You can send emails to the show to askf@thedhmgroup.io. You see it down there in the ticker. Ask F, the letter N, F @thedhmgroup.io. If you got a question you want to ask about an obstacle you're going through in your life and you'd like some perspective on how to turn it into an opportunity, we love doing that. Send it over to us. Maybe you're not the only one going through it, and maybe you just might help a few more people overcome that obstacle they're dealing with too. But my friends, speaking of segments, speaking of sharing things, it appears to me, and I hope that it is time to get into the first segment of the day. It's time to sharpen up that mindset, baby. Maybe your old battle weapon, the sword or the axe, is a little dull because you've been dealing with the obstacles this week. I mean, you've been slaying and filleting and you just couldn't cut through one more obstacle if you tried. The flaming arrows are still coming your way and you're starting to feel, oh, inside. Well, hey, slow down a minute. Realize you can reach up and grab those out of the sky and crack them over your knee one at a time, as you just saw from Swirl One. And if you're not feeling like that, well, the vibes have only begun. So if you sit down and grab yourself, or maybe, if you're doing some other things, you ain't necessarily got to sit down, but maybe you grab yourself a notebook and a pen or a pencil so you can keep track of the knowledge and the insights about to come your way as we get into your first segment of the day. It's time for your sharpening session. Alrighty then, my friends. Here we are back live in prime time on episode 679 of Forge and Fuel on this fantastic Friday morning, the final day of February 2/28/25. And I hope you're really ready to come alive, because we got nothing but motivation, inspiration, and good vibration coming your way the rest of this morning program. So, maybe you didn't check the title of the show. Maybe you don't know where we're about to go. Maybe you didn't see the thumbnail yesterday. Maybe you didn't tune into any of the clips and heard me mention a little something. Maybe we carry this on. These thoughts go a little bit deeper, and you don't know where we're going this morning. Well, let me be the first to let you know that we're kicking off this show with the opening topic of the business of breaking cycles. The business of breaking cycles. And this morning, my friends, I wanted to dive into exactly that, because I believe myself personally, I've broke out of a few cycles I was stuck in. Last weekend, I realized that I had broken out of a few of those cycles, and I sat back for a while with maybe a few fun guys and started to debate and conversate with myself on how the hell did we break out of that cycle. Well, first of all, I think in order to understand how to break out of cycles, you got to understand what a cycle is. You got to be able to identify the problem in order to figure out a solution to said problem. So I'm sure you've heard somebody say, or maybe you've even said, or maybe you're saying right now, oh, I'm stuck in a rut. Oh, I'm just stuck in this cycle. I'm stuck in this endless daily monotonous cycle, just stuck in a rut. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? You say that, you feel that, but what does that mean? That cycle is just simply a regularly repeated sequence of events. And most of the time, those regularly repeated sequence of events are things that do not build you up mentally, physically, financially, personally, or professionally. Rather, they take away from each 5 of those areas. Buying too many damn coffees in the week, gambling a little too much on the slot machines, maybe eating out a little too often at some nasty fast food places, gaining a few too many pounds this week, didn't get into the gym. Whatever it is, it's this repetitious sequence of less than desirable events in your life. So then you get stuck in this cycle, as Chris Williamson said yesterday, which I referenced, and I absolutely love this, in this passable kind of deal, right? Oh, I'm not too overweight. I'm not as fat as that guy. I'm all right. Oh, I got, as Chris said, oh, there's a little mold in the corner of the ceiling, but it's not that much mold. I don't really notice it. Somebody comes over and they're like, bro, that's fucking mold. What the hell? You're like, yeah, I'll fix it, whatever. It's just passable, right? It's good enough. And you just keep getting up and, yeah, I'm alive. I'm living. I'm surviving. I'm making it day by day. Oh, I'm here. You hear people say that all the time. How you doing today? Oh, I'm here, just doing well. And, I got to call out some of the Diamond Hand fam. A lot of you guys last night would have said, hey, how we doing? What's happening? What's going on? Oh, I'm fine. Oh, life's lifing, man. Just getting along. You don't think life's lifing for me? You don't think I'm dealing with the same exact shit? But what do I say every time? Spectacular, terrific, happy. It's what you bring. You determine whether you're stuck in a cycle or not. So how do these cycles occur? How do these we get in these passable moments? How do they happen? I say without us even knowing. Because we get in this comfortability of just doing these things that we know that make us drinking the coffee, going buying 50 macchiatos, that makes us comfortable. Watching Netflix, not working on the opportunity after work. We get off of work, we throw on the Xbox instead of putting on a podcast. We turn on Netflix instead of reading that book. We don't do the next right thing. And without us even knowing it, we are in this cycle and we wonder why our lives don't go anywhere and we can't get any further. Excuse me. And I also argue that these things are programmed into us. That the whole, this is how we've always done it. Oh, my daddy always did it this way, so, I'm going to be that way, and I can't ever be any different than my daddy. If I said that, I would still be living in Decatur, Illinois, trying to scrape 2 fucking pennies together, figure out what the hell I'm going to do with my life. That's not me. I don't want to be stuck in that same cycle, that same monotonous rut. And for me personally, I was just stuck, focused on growing this, providing the most value I could for everyone else, and realizing that I wasn't providing any value for myself. I wasn't taking care of myself first. I wasn't checking up from the neck up first. As I said at the beginning of the week, I was uncomfortable with what I saw in the mirror unconsciously. I used to spend so much time, and now I'm doing it again, but I used to spend so much time in the mirror practicing different things and, jokes and lines. It's how comedians get better. They practice their delivery in the mirror. It's how all public speakers get better. And I had started to move away from that because I was uncomfortable with what I saw. But I was just stuck in this cycle because I was doing good podcasts and Java Jams and making the J&J Weekend Getaway and all this stuff. And I had to step back and wait a minute. I'm not the best version of me. I'm stuck in a monotonous cycle. And I started to look around and, oh, this is how easy it is. You see your 4 walls every day. You drink the same coffee. You eat the same thing. You get in this, right? You go to the gym. You're just kind of in this same monotonous cycle, and you're never really breaking out of it. You're doing decent, okay things, but you're not getting any better. You're not leveling up. Thus, you are stuck in a cycle because the whole part of this life is to get better. Even if you're doing good, that's just passable. That's not great. That's not excellent. That's not spectacular. That's just good. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but I think that something that's just good and passable, I think it can be way better. So how do you break cycles? Well, I just kind of said it, but number one is to get out of the daily monotony and challenge yourself to learn or do something new every single day. And that can be just watching that podcast or researching a topic, or you see something on the X feed, instead of taking it for face value, you go find your own information on it. Maybe it is getting on the consistent pursuit of some passion. Maybe it is starting that business. Maybe it is figuring out how to invest a little bit wiser, how to actually get involved in Bitcoin while this drop's going on right now. Doing something that you wouldn't typically do. Just spur of the moment on Tuesday, I just called Swirl. I said, hey, let's go get some tacos. I'm buying. Let's rock. I just spur of the moment. Life of abundance. Life of abundance. That's what I told him. I said, I don't know what it is. I'm just feeling like, hey, we've been rocking. We've been doing. You've been supporting me. This is on me. I'm in life of abundance mode right now. I need to give this back. I don't know why. I'm just finding abundance right now. Let me get out of the daily monotony. And it has already started to pay back into my life. Not financially yet, but in other areas. And I know that financial will come back because it always does. But that's not what I'm doing it for. It's just to keep putting the abundance and keeping myself out of the daily monotony and into abundance. Because in the monotony is the victim mindset. Woe is me. I can't catch a break. All this shit sucks. But in abundance, none of that shit matters. That's the key. And I also said it too. Check up from the neck up. Go look yourself in the mirror. Are you comfortable with what you see? Ask yourself, am I stuck in a cycle right now? Ask yourself the question, am I letting things just be good enough? Just passable? Am I okay with that mold in the corner of the ceiling? Am I all right with the bald tires on my car? Am I okay with these things? Do I take care of other people more than I take care of myself? It's funny, we have animals We would force a pill down their throat, choke it down, put it in bread, put it in peanut butter, whatever, to make sure they got that vitamin, they got that nutrient, whatever, so they didn't get the ailment. But the moment it comes to take our pill, we come up with every excuse why we can't, why we shouldn't, why that thing might not be I just didn't have time. It slipped my mind. No, it didn't. You're just stuck in a cycle and you don't want to get better. So, my friends, I said this at the beginning, but I'll leave you with this. Now's the time not to just survive. When you're stuck in a cycle, all you do is just survive. You're just treading water, trying to keep your head above it. Well, every once in a while, a little water comes in and you're really starting to feel like, oh, fuck, I'm drowning. It's not about surviving. It's about thriving. And breaking cycles, you have the opportunity to thrive in this life. So stop falling into the cycles, the daily monotony, the daily bullshit. Take a step back. Realize you just might be stuck in a cycle yourself if things feel a little off. Maybe it's just one or two little adjustments that might get you out of that cycle and living in your full potential today. Who's to say, who's to know? What do you think about those thoughts on the old show, Swirl One?
I like the whole thought process of, it's a little bit of mold. It's not a big deal. I'll fix it later. That's exactly what life's about. People are okay with everything being, it's not perfect until, it doesn't work anymore. When it doesn't work, that's all of a sudden 5-alarm fire. Things are going crazy, and all of a sudden, I got to fix it today. And it's, you knew it was happening. You saw it happening. You knew it was going down. You knew there was a problem there. You just didn't do anything about it or with it or anything. And, it's funny when people say, it's good enough, basically means it's not quite broken yet. Not quite broken. Wow. But the check engine light's on, but, it's still running. So just keep pushing it. Just keep pushing it until all of a sudden, oh, man, it stopped running. Now what? Well, gosh, that $100 oil change that you were trying to, maybe not go do, now cost you a $10,000 engine. Oh, don't want that now, do we? But hey, that $100 was a big deal. That 30 minutes it would have taken to pull in a Jiffy Lube was literally too much to ask. And now you have no car. Now you have to go get a new engine. Now you still have to make the payment on said car that you're trying to drive that doesn't drive on its own. I'm just throwing it out there. So it's okay until it's not, right? Let's think about it. You know why it's like that? It's because you're not looking forward. You're looking on how I can get through today. How can today make it? Where am I going to be able to make a win today and try to make it through? It's not like that for you. You know what you think? Man, I hope I survive today. I hope nothing bad happens to me today. Man, I really hope my truck makes it to work today. And those kind of things, man, I tell you what, that will put you in a rut in a heartbeat. Well, how do you get out of those things? That's the question. How do you get out of that? Do you know what it even takes to get you out of there? One of the things you can say is, hey, I'm not lazy. I can fix that mold. Hey, I can get that done. Hey, you know what? Before that becomes worse, which I've seen before, maybe I ought to jump in front of that before it does get worse. There was something I had the other day, and I kept looking at it. It wasn't even something I created. And I kept seeing it, and I kept bugging me, and I was like, man, if I don't do something about that, it might not have happened on my time, on my watch, or something I did. But if I don't do something about it, the damage that comes from my watch in here not doing something about it is going to make it 10 times worse. And then I'm going to have to do some serious work to fix it. So even if it's not your problem, and even if you were not the one that caused it, sometimes you still have to fix those problems. In this world, we're trying to strive to thrive every day, not to survive. That's not what we're trying to do. Weak people survive. Weak people just make it through the day. You know why? Because hell, as long as you don't do anything crazy, you could probably make it through today on a little to nothing, guaranteed, no problem. Strong people will find ways to create wins, find ways to put challenges in front of them, find ways to learn different things. Capp was talking about the podcast. Hey, instead of putting on the podcast, you flick the sticks a little bit. Last night after I told you guys after the meeting, I was tired. I went to bed. But before that, I had a little bit of energy left. I was like, man, I need to do something to get this mind a little calmed down. So I started watching podcasts over things I'm trying to learn. And as I'm sitting there, I'm paying attention to it. I go, okay, I got to close the laptop, and out I went. Man, I was dreaming about what I was learning at the end of the night. Wow. I trained my mind to think about things that I need to know. And as during my dream, all of a sudden I'm dreaming about the things that I'm trying to do and trying to learn and trying to win. And these skills are coming to me innately just because I'm focusing on it every single day. So sometimes you have to absorb that knowledge. Sometimes you have to go out and find those wins, create yourself something that you can start doing so that you don't run into that situation where all you're looking at is that check engine light. Okay, if the light's on, what do we got to do to fix it? Is it an easier fix today than maybe it would be in 2 or 3 months when something happens? That's why I always say people don't care about their health until the check engine light comes on, until something happens, until they wake up and they don't feel good. All of a sudden, they're like, oh man, I don't know what happened. I don't feel very good. Man, oh man, I just don't feel good. Man, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have eaten at McDonald's. Maybe I shouldn't be eating McDonald's every day. Maybe I should. Oh man. And then all of a sudden they're in the hospital. Then they have some diagnosis. And then they come out and all of a sudden, guess what? They're never eating McDonald's again. You could have made that decision beforehand. You didn't have to go to the doctor so the doctor could tell you that. You know it's not bad for you. We've talked about it before. McDonald's sells killer hamburgers, but yet you still go to their line ordering those killer hamburgers. Interesting. You might even digest some killer information. Not information that's killer is going to help you, but that's going to help kill you later on because it's not helping you win. So when you're in that rut and you see yourself going in that same cycle, just understand it's the choices you're making. It's the things you're doing. It's the stuff you're ingesting. It's the things that you're intaking. It's what you see, what you hear, what you're listening to. All of it is creating the rut you're in. So sometimes you have to be drastic. Sometimes you got to take yourself completely away from your friend group, completely away from all of the vices that are making you in that rut, putting you in that cycle, drawing that circle, right? We talk about drawing that circle. All it takes, and if you know about a circle, the faster it goes, the sooner you cut that line, you're off on a tangent. Straight line trajectory, right? Rocket ship mentality. Cut the line. Stop drawing circles. Find your way. That's what I'm looking for today.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Soon as you started, the first thing I wrote down is people don't worry about their health until they're strapped to a hospital bed. Yeah, it's just fucking man, oh man, oh man. And, you know, unfortunately, that was some things my father dealt with. You know, he knew his health issues. He knew what he was doing was killing him, and he just kept doing it anyway. And I'm sure a lot of people have dealt with that and in your own family and lost loved ones because they don't take care of their health. They don't care about it. And well, I say this to Mama Capp almost every single day or any day I get an opportunity to talk to her. I just appreciate her so much for taking care of her health and being physically active and always eating right and doing the next right thing and wanting to get better mentally, physically, and financially. Like, she is a super soldier woman. She is the next level of what a woman should be. And I believe more women need to hear from Mama Capp. So who knows what comes in the future via podcasting or Diamond Hand Media Group or something in between. But it is just so interesting how many people just don't give a hot damn about their health or anything that's going on until shit hits the fan.
The bill don't matter till the rent's late, bro.
Yeah. Isn't that wild, man? And until something comes up, until they're thrown in jail, their crimes don't matter. Like, it makes no sense to me. Well, I guess it kind of does because I used to be stuck in it, stuck in that rut, stuck in that cycle, doing the same stupid shit over and over, thinking I was going to get a different result. I mean, I talked about it at the beginning of the week. I did not go to the gym from March of 2018 to July of 2024. I mean, that's fucking insane. Talk about being stuck in a rut. Talk about being stuck in a cycle that I wasn't even recognizing or realizing. And I'm just focused on trying to be an entrepreneur and do this and all that. And meanwhile, I'm just withering away as a human being. People ask, why are you so skinny? I'm like, I'm not fucking skinny. What are you talking about? I'd always been 155 pounds plus. I'd always been a brick shithouse. I'd always had muscles my whole life. I'd always go to the gym. So I didn't see that in the mirror. I wasn't comfortable with that. I was almost broken. I love what you said, Swirl. Almost broken. So many people are almost broken. They are right on that edge and they just don't know what to do. They just keep floating through life and they're just like fucking Humpty Dumpty, just keep falling off the fucking wall, putting themselves to get back on the wall for the falling off again. They never get on a mountain. They never start to climb more. They're so close to being broken. And if they just took a minute to step out of the cycle, step out of the shit, stop doing what they're doing and just be still and look at all the fucking broken pieces, they just might understand how to start putting some things back together again. I don't know. You're shaking your head, so I must be saying something right.
Well,
there.
it's interesting because you said something about the gateway earlier, and it's kind of ringing bells right now. Where you said, "Look, I could increase the amount of recording we have, but the $500 a month isn't. It's not in the budget. It's not in the budget, and that's fair. That's forward thinking. That's not putting yourself in a situation where you're going to have to apologize for it later. And you talked about taking care of yourself, and one of the things about GACC, it has consumed my life for 3 years. I have literally changed my life for it. And, there came a time about 3 or 4 months ago when I realized, hey, guess what? We're in a rut. We're going to be in a problem here. I'm going to be in a problem if I don't do something about this, especially as I saw my life changing. And I realized that, if I don't slow down, if I don't revamp certain things, I won't be able to afford to do what's going on. And then GACC as a whole will cease to exist. Yet, you don't have people understanding that. They don't understand that. They still want to come in and go, when, why, what's going on? Bro, right now, I'm just going to tell you right now, we're just trying to survive. And that's the truth. But with that being said, I have the foresight to be able to slow myself down and say, look, I need to stop this now, because at this point in time, if it continues on, it's going to crash. Like, you have no idea. I'm just going to have to turn up and be like, yo, hey, I got nothing for you. Instead, stop the bleeding before it gets too bad. Put the tourniquet on. Figure out how to stop the bleeding. Once you stop the bleeding, then you can figure out how to suture up the wound. You can figure out how to fix it. And even if you can, at least if it's not bleeding anymore, you're not going to die on the vine, right? And so that's what I'm doing right now with GACC. And yes, it does take time. It does take time to make a business. And there are times where you have to turn around and rebuttal and redo things and change the way you were thinking, because you know what? At the time, buddy, let me tell you, I had expendable income that was willing to do. I had a whole different job that had a complete metric that I could correlate to what I was doing and change my income based on what I did for that day. But now I don't have that same thing. Now, don't get me wrong, it's going to happen, but it takes longer and it's more lead time to that. Very much like what we're doing with this here program. It's not something where I'm going to get up, make this program, all of a sudden tomorrow I'm going to get $1 million. No, but you know what? The consistency of doing the program will allow that to happen later on in time. So what I'm doing right now does not allow me that. And I had the conversation with Motion yesterday. I literally was talking to him. I was like, hey, man, I tell you, for the first time in 5, 6, 7 years, and again, I'm proud of it because at least I'm paying attention to it. I'm actually having to watch every dollar I spend. Why? Because I don't want to end up in a situation where I am really looking for some help, looking for somebody to help me out. I don't need that in my life. And again, not to say I can't afford this or that, but you know what? I just know that I got to watch my everyday spending. I got to watch that $8 coffee. I got to pay attention to everything I'm doing. I need to be more attentive in my life now than I've been in the last 3 years, where I would have no problem saying, yeah, I'm going to give $500 to some random person on the internet because they hold one of my NFTs. It was coming out of my pocket. So at that point in time, hey, you got to think about that. At one time I could do that, but now it's a little bit different. Does that mean we won't get back to that? Oh, we will get back to that. But the deal is, if you don't get yourself out of the rut and see the wall coming, you're going to fucking hit the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with all of that, man. And I'm just sitting here thinking, we're just surviving right now. We're just surviving. You just said it with GACC, with DHMG, with the gateway, with everything. And you know what? That's fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm going to call out everybody watching us live in prime time right now. You want this to keep happening? You want Forge and Fuel to stay active? You want Diamond Hand Media Group to become something? Well, for the love of fuck, please support what we're doing. Please. We have things set up so this shit can continue to go forward and we can lap the fucksticks that are doing nothing for this world. We show up every day, consistent and persistent, to create real change, to not sit here and talk bullshit, to not sell you on some fucking coin, to not push you in a direction where you shouldn't be, to not, you saw the video I fucking made yesterday. I talked about it. I'm trying to drag you back to reality. That's all I want to do. And what are we doing? We keep buying into the bullshit. We keep buying into the nonsense. Why don't you bet on somebody who actually wants to see you win too, who actually has your back when you get in a chat, gets fired the fuck up and takes a moment to call you out instead of just never even fucking recognizing you at all. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Why people want to buy the bullshit. They want to be lied to. They just want to be lied to over and over and over again. And I just, hey, if that's what you want, okay, coolio. But we're surviving. And the only reason why we're thriving is because of our mindset and what we do and how we show up every single day. Everything else is just slowly but surely down the path. And this is not bitching, because this is just simply me saying this is where it's at. And hey, maybe this is me putting it out into the world that maybe somebody just needed to hear this. Who's to say, who's to know? But I'll tell you, it's just rather interesting. I go all the way back to you'll still do it anyway. You know, people will tell you what's wrong. People will tell you they need help. People will tell you where you can support them. People will tell you what they need to do, and you still won't do it anyway. People will tell you how to get healthy, and you still won't do it anyway. You still go through the McDonald's line after this fucking show's over to go get your McMuffin and your hash brown. Like, you know that's killing you, but you're going to still go do it anyway. Then you know you ain't got that money, but then you're going to go run through Starbucks line real quick, even after we told you 20 times not to go fucking do that. I'm sorry if I'm talking right to you right now, but I mean, that's a you problem, not a me problem. What are we talking about? It's time to stop just surviving. It's time to start thriving, Swirl One.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's time to start thinking about that $8. When you said that $8 is such a big deal, you have no idea. I was literally looking at some investments that I had, and I started thinking about how those started. And they all started from something stupid and small. And you know what? They are massive now. And it's all little bitty things that I didn't think anything of. What's $8? Literally. You know how I started that? I just took my little Fidelity account and I started moving $20 a month into there. And with that $20, I try to buy something that would give me something back. And I found dividend stocks. And all of a sudden I realized, wow, if I buy one of these, they give me a little bit of money back every single month. Well, how much does it take to get a free one? Well, if I get a free stock every month, how much is that? And if I can do that, that only costs me $8 a month. All of a sudden I'm getting a free stock all the time and I don't even have to pay for it. Yet that free stock gains me more money. And then it just compounds. Hold on. I can afford that $20. And then that $20 turned into $200, and that $200 turned into $500, and that $500 turned into $700. And you know, one of the things that I do when I did my budget the other day, one of the things I looked at was like, well, hold on, wait, why do I have so much money in my budget right here? Oh, I know why. Because I didn't put this here where my investments go. Boom, slid it right over. That's part of the budget, guys. That's what it is. The investment in yourself. That means what part of my time is invested to the gym. What part of my time is invested in my skills? What part of my time is invested to my family? What part of my time is invested to myself, right? The 4 or 5 things we talk about, you have to invest those times in order to get anything out of it. You can't go to the bank and ask for a withdrawal if you have not made any deposits. So as you get to that, you need to make deposits in your life. You have to make deposits in your business, to make deposits in your significant other if you want them to work for you. Because when you go to withdraw something, they're going to look at you and go, bro, I'm sorry, you're withdrawn. You haven't made enough deposits. So therefore, you're not getting what you want from
me. You're just speaking my language, Swirl One. Just no withdrawals if you ain't got no deposits. Man, and I just think about back to the gateway tonight, and I'm not going to share where people are, because, again, that's gateway shit. You got to be a full-time member of the Diamond Hand fam to understand what's happening in people's lives. But story after story after story last night of, oh, hey, I just reached out, like you said, and the door that was closed, it magically opened. And I got this new opportunity, and oh my gosh, I'm really starting to stack in dough right now. I don't know what to do with it. I got all these opportunities. I don't know what to. You guys said this would happen if I. They just said easy. Hey, you guys said this would happen if I just showed up, if I didn't give up, if I just kept going forward. All I've been doing is listening to you. Now I can barely handle it, and now I'm thinking of taking this little side shit as my full-time shit because I can't handle it with my full-time shit anymore. My head's about to pop off of my body. Thank you, guys. That's what we got going on. If you're just dragging your knuckles through lives wondering what the fuck's going on, and we got another guy right now who is bass backwards, tied in circles, more fucking working his 9 to 5, doing his side deal, taking care of kids and dogs, and holy fuck, you give him a year, I guarantee you all those trials and tribulations and all that shit he's going through is going to be gone. And I said it over and over last night. Man, I just got some crazy ability right now to just be speaking shit into existence. It's because I have let go. I have released all control of accomplishments, of rewards. I've gotten into the true, real mindset. I have broken the cycle. God is listening to me because he knows I have listened to him. I just kept being faithful. And when I speak something, boy, right now, whoo, it has been coming into existence for people and for me. And all it takes is just taking action. breaking the cycle, getting out of the nonsense, doing the next right thing. Stop doing the same shit over and over and expecting different results. You doggone insano. You're Captain Insano, man, thinking something's going to change for you. And it ain't ever going to change, for crying out loud. Take the mask off. Be the real version of you. Stop being Captain Insano, man. Shout out a little Big Daddy reference there for you. Who's say, who's know. And be the best version of you today. Damn, break some cycles, Swirl One. This one got me fired up today. You got any other thoughts on this one?
I'm fired up too, bro. I love it. I think it's great. I love last night's meeting too. It was fun.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Who's say, who's to know. But my friends, there is your first segment of the show. The business of breaking the cycles. It's time to keep this proverbial show train steaming on down towards the tracks of change, all the way towards Perspective Station. And eventually we'll get all the way down there to Insight Island. But right now, we get off at Perspective Station and we get into your second segment of the day, where we pull up some clips, we watch some additional thoughts, and we give you our topics and thoughts on said previous aforementioned thoughts. It gets a little confusing when you start to think about it, so we're just not going to talk about it. We're just going to let it roll. It's time for your second segment of the day. Draw it back and send it your way, baby. Your Reaction Refinery. Hokey dokey artichokes. Here we are back live in prime time for your second segment of the day on episode 679 of Forge and Fuel, baby. On this final day of February the 2nd. No, 20. What the fuck? I was thinking
28, bro. It's non-leap year.
That was fucked up. 2/28/25. And I hope you're ready to continue coming alive, as I'm clearly not quite yet, because English is still not working for me as we enter into the second segment of the day. We got 4 clips coming your way, as always, kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. And this morning, they all feature a high-level humming bean. And I did not have a single one of these clips before I was making this agenda yesterday. Nobody said anything my way, and I was just scrolling through, and these just happened to pop up. It was one of them God moments. I was in the right intention. I tell you how I get in this intention when I make these agendas, and things just sometimes happen to pop on the screen that tie it all together, and all 4 of these are just baby. So clip number 1, my friends. We welcome on a man who has visited us multiple times this week alone. Not just over the duration of the last 105 episodes we've done on YouTube, but this week multiple times. He is the legendary Chris Williamson, here this morning to give us some brand new perspective on the fact that everyone wants to be spectacular.
It is astounding how many people want to be spectacular in life but also want to fit in and be normal. Like, by being normal, you are, by definition, aiming for average. Yes. Normal people get normal results. Yes. Weird people get weird results. You literally can't do what everyone else does and not expect to get what everyone else has. By doing what everyone else does, you guarantee average results.
Bro. Unreal. That right there is so powerful right there. I look at people all the time, and they literally are all about just, hey, well, you know, on average, I'm doing things that I'm doing as good as everybody else. I always look at everybody else like, if I'm keeping up with average, I'm failing, because there's always somebody at the top. I see somebody right now at the top of one of the businesses that I'm doing right now. And this is somebody that I kind of knew and does not have any more talent than I do. Doesn't have anything on me that, would make them better. The only difference is they started earlier. The only difference is they've been more consistent for longer. That's the difference. Is a lot of this, Capp said the other day, people don't even know how they got there. They just start doing crazy things that made them happy. And then all of a sudden it just became something. But I promise you this, if every day you get up and you're trying to do what the average human being does, turn the TV on, pay attention to the View, the woke media, and all of those kind of things, you, my friend, are aiming for average. And I promise you, you're going to hit it on a daily basis. That's what's going to happen. Now, when you turn that off, people are going to call you weird because you don't watch TV. When you start going on your own way, people are like, hey, you can't do that. That's not what usual people do. Well, you're right. I'm not normal. I'm not doing that. People won't understand you. And that's where you want to be, because I'm telling you right now, and it's funny because my own family looks at me like I'm insane. They do, because I don't do what everybody else does. I don't follow any lines, and I don't stick in the normal path of life. I've never lived normal. I've always questioned normal. What is normal? There is no definition of normal. What's normal to Capp is not normal to me. And what's normal to the people out there that aren't watching this show is completely different from normal from the people who are watching this show. So you can't define it for me. So I don't ever want to be normal. There is no such thing.
Yeah, I've always really struggled with being normal and average and fitting in with the crowd. And my entire life, I was told because I struggle with that, I was cocky. I was an asshole. I was a douchebag because I just couldn't fit in with everybody. I couldn't follow the rules. I asked too many questions. I couldn't shut the fuck up. I wanted to know why things were happening, not just shut up, stand in line, and just follow us. Wait a minute. Why do I have to walk off the canyon's edge with everybody else? What if I want to go that direction? I don't want to go to my death. Hey, look, there's a board over there that we can put in between the two canyons and walk across, and everybody's just falling to the bottom. What are we doing? No. Wait a minute. Got me in a lot of trouble with a lot of professors, a lot of teachers, a lot of stuff. But I realized that it led me to exactly where I'm at right now today. I've always been weird. People have always looked at me like, oh, what the fuck? I never fit in with the popular kids. I never fit in with the nerds. I never fit in with the jocks. I always played sports. I didn't fit in anywhere. I never had a solid core group of friends from kindergarten all the way to 12th till senior in high school. I never had it, ever. And then I went to college, and I was just like, fuck it, everybody's going to be my friend. I'm just going to be friends with everybody, all acquaintance with everybody. And then I realized, oh, shit. Well, you don't want to fucking do that, because then you just have a bunch of acquaintances and not any friends. So then I had to learn that lesson and go down that rabbit hole. I'm telling you what, I've always wanted to be weird, and I'll continue to be weird, and I'll continue to get weird results. I'll continue to go where others don't go, and I'm just not about the average. Fuck the average, man. Keep that away from me. That average shit is the woe is me, can't catch a break. I'm doing fine. Yeah, keep doing fine. I'm doing spectacular over here. Your second clip of the morning, my friends, here on your second segment of the day on episode 679, baby, features a beautiful young lady who many of us are massive fans of and have been massive fans of her since we were wee young little boys. It is quite astonishing to realize how old this young lady is now, but boy, oh boy, she ain't lost a bit. Joining us this morning, the one and only Salma Hayek. Woo, that's right. Oh, shit. Joining us to give us some high-quality perspective on how we give things meaning.
Insulting you in another language, you feel nothing. They don't mean anything to you because it's you who puts the meaning to it. Me, I know what it means, but it doesn't matter how hard I scream them to you. You might start laughing. Take their words, take away the value of the words, and drop them to the floor. If you take that away, they fall to the ground. They never get to touch you. They are nothing. If I start insulting you in another language, you feel nothing. They don't mean anything to you because it's you who puts the meaning to it. Me, I know what it means, but it doesn't matter how hard I scream them to you. You might start laughing. Take their words, take away the value of the words, and drop them to the floor. If you take that away, they fall to the ground. They never get to touch you. They are nothing.
That's how I feel about people who have no purpose, no goals, no drive, no determination when they try to tell me what to do. I don't hear them. It means nothing to me. I cannot pay attention to you. Why? Because you have no idea what I'm trying to do. You couldn't do it yourself if you wanted to. So those words that you're talking right now, I don't understand them. They don't mean anything to me. They're a foreign language to me. That whole mindset of, hey, fall in line, get yourself this. Man, even somebody real close to me said the other day, hey, but you got a good job and it does this and that. That's the thing. People will hang their hat on, well, just do what people do. Take what they'll give you. Bullshit. I want my unfair share. People get it all the damn time. They go out there and they find something that wins for them, and they take more than they can possibly imagine. And again, it may not be, hey, I want to get everything in the world. But the point is this: the language that you speak is your language. And then we're not even talking about Spanish, French, whatever. You know, it's one of the things. And like Capp said today, I speak enough Spanish to be, let's just call it dangerous. I can understand you all day. I know what you're saying. I can hear you. I know what you're saying. I cannot say it back to you in the way I want to or the way my mind wants to, right? So I'm in an elevator the other day, and it was at the Cosmo, and I was coming down, and there was these 3 people. And they were over there talking some pretty funny shit in Spanish. And when I talk about funny shit, they were talking about some innuendo and stuff that happened last night between the 3 of them. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, listening to them like, geez, mom, like crazy. I'm like, they're literally saying this shit in an elevator. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm the only one that understands this. And I'm looking around, nobody else paying attention. And they're giggling and laughing and they were talking some sexual innuendo. It was pretty damn funny what they were talking about. And so then when the door hits, I turn and I go, pasa buen dia. And they all looked at me and just and just started laughing because they're like, we didn't think anybody heard us in here. And I looked right over at them and I said, have a nice day in Spanish. And they were so embarrassed over what they were talking about. It was hilarious. But nobody else in that elevator knew but me and them. So just telling you, it's
that's a good story right there. That's a good story right there.
Oh, let's just say this. All 3 of those people had a really good time together somewhere.
I always enjoy that. I understand enough just to be dangerous. Still broken. Like, I don't understand it super fluently as I used to, but I can put shit together. And, you know, it's just like if you don't understand English, you can get this word and this word and fill in with probably what that word is. And, you know, I love it when I just hear him talking some sweet shit or whatever, especially when oh, look at that white boy, whatever. And I go, yo hablo piquito. And they just fucking look at me. Oh, shit. He heard what we said. You're damn right, baby. It's made me a lot of friends, too, honestly, because they're like, wait, you fucking heard that? Yeah, I fucking heard that, asshole. Don't be a dick. I fucking saw you. I caught your ass. And then they start fucking laughing, and it's fucking cool because they realize I'm kind of white-sickin. Who's to say, who's to know? But man, I love everything you're saying about that. And, you know, Salma's perspective of somebody could just be cussing you out in Spanish and you never know. You just smile. And I thought about your story, Swirl, of, you know, you talked about your boss screaming and yelling at you one time and you're just.
Are you laughing at me?
No. You laughing at me? No, I'm just loving life. I mean, why not?
Well, I was smiling so big too. It's hard not.
All it is data. All it is information. All it is shit.
I think that was the beginning of the end for me. Let me just say that. That was probably the day that my boss said, you know what? I can't deal with this motherfucker anymore.
I did something similar and I got shit canned. So yeah. Probably.
Yeah, I didn't get fired.
You didn't get shit canned. You got fucking promoted. Yeah, fuck you. You got promoted. You got new opportunities. I got shit canned down the road. Fuck. What the hell kind of bullshit is this? Last time
I'll never forget that conversation.
Stand up for myself, corporate America, bunch of bullshit. But man, great perspective. You give the things meaning. Take away the emotion. They're just words. Who's to say, who's to know? Clip number 3.
Oh, by the way, Albright, que guapo.
¿Cómo se dice esto en español? Que guapo. Guapo. Muy guapo. Yeah, that's why, you know, I made that video of Señorita who was saying all the sweet things like papicito, mentiroso, you know, getting real freaky. And then she said, puta madre. Cabrón. And then I said, oh, shit. That's what I'm looking for. Shit. I said, cita mi corazón. Cita mi corazón. Holy fuck. I worked with a little dude. His name, well, he wasn't little. He was actually one of the tallest Spanish guys I've ever worked with in my life, Ricky Ricardo. And he was married to my manager at CJ's, Betty. Coolest couple in the world. I would love if they saw this right now. But Ricky is who got me saying cita mi corazón, because he would walk in the back door when he would start his shift and Betty would already be there. And he'd walk, he'd say, Cita, Cita, Palpita mi corazón. And everybody started fucking laughing. And it was the best feeling. And she'd be like, Ricky Ricardo. Like, they were just the fucking best, man. They were just some of the coolest human beings on the planet. Oh, I fucking love those two. Man, shout out Ricky Ricardo and Betty. Just came to my mind. Back to your third clip of the morning, my friends. This one here. Oh, I actually said something to this effect to Kelly O last night, and they are currently living this exact perspective right here, my friends. So joining us this morning, a man who's joined us already this week and multiple times on this program, the one and only Alex Hormozy, here to give us some perspective on why life-changing doors don't open themselves.
No money, you should have no shame. Knock, call, DM, email, ask. Life-changing doors don't open themselves. Worst case scenario, you are in the exact same position you were before, except you have a little bit more experience. Best case scenario, the door opens and your life changes forever. And so it's a zero risk move to take more shots on goal when life gives you unlimited shots. But the problem is that most people just don't want to take the first one because they fear rejection more than regret.
That's why I'm out here, guys. That's why I'm out here in Bloomington Normal or whatever the
Hey, there you go. You got it that time.
I don't know. I almost said it again. But I'm going to tell you, that's why I'm here. Because I realized that in my new position and what I'm doing, there's no doors that are going to open for me. These people aren't going to call me if they don't know who I am or where I'm from or what I'm doing. So I have to go out and find my own food. I have to go out and forage and hunt and do what I got to do. And so yesterday, and just an example, I said it this last week on the show. Hey, I've made a lot of calls knowing these people wouldn't answer the phone, but I know this, if I didn't call, they don't have the opportunity to answer. So I know that part. So I've got to call them. Here's the other part is the guy that I saw yesterday that I drove 2.5 hours to hopefully see, didn't even know if he was there. But I thought, you know what? I talked to this guy a month ago. He said he would meet with me. He would be 100%. Hey, yeah, come on in. And then he never answered his phone again. I'm like, bullshit. You told me you'd meet with me. I'm going to find you. So I drove all the way to his store and walked right in, and holy shit, he was there. And I walked in and I said, hey, how you doing? Let me tell you, my energy was way up here and his was way down here. And I could tell right away, like, this might not be the opportunity I'm looking for. But what I know is this. I know what I'm looking at now. I know what I'm dealing with there. Like he just said, it may not have worked, but I'm in a better situation now because I know I don't have to drive to that same place anymore to hope on that guy to answer the phone, because what I was hoping he would answer the phone for isn't going to pay me and my people. So therefore I can mark him off the list and start looking at another area. So like you said, all of a sudden now I have the knowledge. Yeah, I might be still in the same place, but I know one more place not to go. And that gives me one more opportunity to go somewhere else. So you have to take that opportunity, take that shot. If you don't make the call, they don't have any reason to answer.
And take it a step further, I go back to the two-way door theory. Yeah, you weren't here on that show, Swirl One. That was where I was talking about when one door closes, another door opens, but sometimes it's hell in the hallway. And it is your job to go through that door. But sometimes you get into that room and you realize it's not the right opportunity. You realize maybe it's not for you. You realize it's not the right thing. So that's when you got to realize that it's just a two-way door. You walked in, walk back out the same fucking door you came in, go get back in the hallway, get in your process, doing the right things, mentally, physically, financially, manifestation, writing your notes, journaling, watching the podcast, doing the right things, continuing to walk down the path, making the right call, and then, oh shit, boom, up pops another door. And you walk through that door and you realize it is that opportunity. It is the thing that's going to help you level up to the next level. And here's the kicker. When you get into that right room, you're going to see another door in the back corner over there. And eventually you're going to have to go into that door and realize that that is the hallway again. And that is the next level of life. That is the next opportunity, the next moment that you got to keep getting in that process. And then the next door will open up. That's the business of breaking cycles. Life-changing doors don't open themselves. You got to walk through that shit. Yeah, maybe you're stuck in the hallway because you've been passing up doors. Maybe God's been putting doors right there and you ain't had your eyes open because you've been so concerned about your feet going down the path. You ain't even took a moment to look over for a half a second. Get out of that cycle. Who's to say, who's to know? Your fourth and final clip of the second segment of the show features a young man who has a high-quality podcast, Some great high-level humming beans featured on it every single day. He is, well, not every single day. It's like, I don't know, a couple times a week, something. I'm not exactly sure. However, he is the one and only Lex Friedman. And he's here this morning to give us, woo-wee, a nice little quote of the day.
Let me leave you with some words from Carl Jung. Until you make the unconscious conscious, you will direct your life, and you will call it fate. And now, let me leave you with some words from Carl Jung. Until you make the unconscious conscious, you will direct your life, and you will call it fate.
Call it luck. That's what
business of breaking cycles.
I'm not lucky. I'm not this. I'm not that. That's why nothing good happens for me. But like I said earlier, and I wrote it down right here because it was serious, people out there who are strong create their wins. They create their luck. They create everything that they're trying to. It may not, it might look like a flash in a pan to you, or lightning in a pan, whatever you want to call it. But to them, they saw it on the horizon. They saw it coming. They have been looking forward to that time and day, and it worked exactly how they expected. But the problem is, most everybody leaves it up to fate or to chance or to luck before they have something. That's why they buy lottery tickets, because they think, the only way I'm going to be able to make something happen, if I win this lottery ticket, that's the only way I'm going to get rich in my life, because you know what? I can't find another way to do it. You know why? It's because you're stuck in that 9 to 5. It's because you're stuck in that rut. It's because you're stuck in the, I don't know what life's going to do, so I'm just going to take whatever life gives me. Guess what? There's people all over the Diamond Hand Media Group that decided to stop taking what life was giving them and started giving life something. And all of a sudden, they're getting value back from that. Chris Oswald, Brittany out there, Motion out there. What about June Kim? I'm just telling you. There's people out there that are doing things, that are making things happen. And I love to see it when people say, you know what? I thought about it from this point of view. And I thought, man, I could use an extra this, or I could use an extra that, or hey, that might be a good use of my time. And all of a sudden they make something happen and they stop counting on luck or fate to guide their life.
Yep. I tell you what, I have become a massive fan of Carl Jung over the last few months here. I have just really started diving into his work, and man, it is just one bomb after another when it comes to that stuff. Until you make the unconscious conscious, you will just live life and call it fate. Just make everything conscious. Check up from the neck up. Break the cycle. See where you're at. See what you're doing. Where are you spending your money every day, mentally, physically, financially? Where am I dropping the ball, or am I hitting the mark? And I guarantee you, in one of those fucking areas, you're going to say, oh, damn it, Capp, why'd you tell me that? Fuck you. Cuss me out. I don't give a damn. I can't hear it anyway. Fucking argue with me in the mirror. Tell me I'm a stupid piece of shit. That's fine. Tell me in a different, I don't give a damn. That's fine. Make me the thing that fires you up. My mental image, you put me a mental image in your head and you say, oh, that son of a bitch Capp telling me to get better, fucking asshole. Hey, maybe that's the thing that fires you up. I don't care, whatever it is, but make it conscious. Become better. Not for me, for you. For you. Make all this stuff conscious. And that's why people don't get out of the cycle. They never become conscious. They never take time to reflect. They never take time to step back and say, why am I at where I'm at right now? Am I on the right path? Am I on the consistent, persistent pursuit of my passions? Am I stuck in a cycle? Am I just good enough? Am I doing what the average does? Or should I be doing some more spectacular shit? It's what I ask myself every single day. And if you can do that, the unconscious will become conscious. And that whole luck and fate bullshit will just fall away. Your 4 clips of your second segment of the day, my friends. Shout out to Lex Friedman, Alex Hormozy, Salma Hayek, and the legendary Chris Williamson. If you don't know, you won't know. Now's the time in the show where we get into the final segment of the day. And we connect with you, the live viewer, baby. So if you've had something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, and you ain't got it out during the duration of the program, now is your opportunity to do so right now. Don't be scared, whether you're on X, on YouTube, on Rumble, and you got something you want to get out, well, put it live in the chat right now. And after this brief transition, we're going to shift up on the screen and we're going to start popping them out one at a time. Nah, me. As we get into your third and final segment of the day, it is time for your Answers from the Anvil. righty then, my friends. Here we are, back live in primetime for your final segment of the day. Answers from the Anvil here on episode 679 of Forge and Fuel, baby. On this final day of February the 28th, 2025. Hope you've been coming alive. Speaking of, I've been seeing the chat live and popping all morning long. So without any further ado, DEEZYY, you know what to do. Shift us up, my guy. Who we got out there on this beautiful Friday morning? Mr. Metal Crazy, the man, the myth, the legend. We saw him last night, had some great perspective for us. The one half of the Metal Crazies. Great morning, fam. Remember, in order to break the chains, break the cycle. Damn straight. And, you know, great time to mention, so oftentimes it happens that we live our lives in chains and never even know we have the key. Maybe Eagles were trying to tell you something. I don't know.
You know what? I screwed up last week. I had the opportunity to see the Eagles at the Sphere, and I slept. I mean, I slept on it. I mean, not slept, but I knew they were there. I just didn't know the tickets were available. And then all of a sudden, this ticket sold out, and I could have been there. I told Evil Gus we could have been there, and I totally fucked that up.
So I would have lost my shit.
I would have too, and I'm fucking mad about it. So.
That's my favorite of that. That's favorite of all favorites. That's number one.
That was a missed opportunity, and I did that.
Oh, fuck, dude. Oh my gosh, their live shows are so amazing too.
At the Sphere, though, come on.
Oh man, there was a point in my life where I'd be cleaning the old apartment and I just put on their live sets, and oh my gosh.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I went to an Eagles concert, but I was in the womb, so I didn't really remember it, but I was there.
I think I went to a couple of concerts too, but I was probably in the womb as well, or thinking about being conceived. Who's to say? Who's to know?
I was definitely in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I may or may not have been conceived at a Neil Young concert. I don't know. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Okay, that's weird.
I don't know. I'm just.
Bruh.
No, my parents' first date was at a Neil Young concert. I didn't come until like, I don't know, probably a good like 10 years after that. I don't know. They were together for a while before I came into the picture. It wasn't a Neil Young concert. Probably another concert though. Who's to say? Who's to know? They were some partiers. Who's to say? Who's to know? All right, D's, back to it. Out of the rabbit hole. Hello, Pride Stanford. Great morning to you, good sir.
Pride.
Saw you last night, starting to heal up. Our guy was a little bit banged up. Shout out to the Grateful Breadheads. We appreciate Pride and Kelly O. Shout out to you too.
I Facebooked them.
Yeah, he Facebooked us.
Definitely wasn't me.
As every day, Swirl One talks about how he doesn't have Facebook, but he certainly Facebooked you. Yep, he Facebooked you. Who's to say? Who's to know? The other half of the Metal Crazies, we saw this young lady. She's rocking some brand new Diamond Hand swag this morning. Mrs. Metal Crazy. Great morning, fam. Happy Friday. Today's reminder is sometimes the black sheep of the family are the only ones telling the truth. So don't be upset if that's you. Just live in the truth. Be the change. Been black sheep my whole life. Who say? Who's to know? Who say? Who's to know?
Me like I'm fucking weird.
Oh yeah, it's always been me. Always been me. That's all right. Then they'll really want they'll really want something when.
And I was in trouble in school a lot. You talked about that the other day. That was me.
Yeah, I was in trouble a lot. I was a tough kid. Hey, is what it is. Who say? Who's to know?
I saw was bullshit. I can see on the wall.
Who say? Who's to know? Angel SD. Shout out, Mr. Peguero. Saw you last night. Got some great updates from you. Great morning, F&F crew. Great morning to you, good sir. Always great to spend some time with you, my man. Kelly O. Stanford. Great morning, young lady. Always great to see you. Pleasure talking to you last night. We appreciate the hell out of you. Jason Wigman, great to see you last night. DJ Moons, GM Diamond Hand fam, great morning to you, brother. Keep charting it out for us. Keep taking care of us. We appreciate the hell out of you, good sir. G. Lou, GM fellas, hey, hope you're feeling good. Did I see something that you were dealing with the damn influenza or whatever too? Hope you're feeling better, man, whatever that was. We heard about your New York trip out there going to chase pizzas last night. I mean, we heard about all this shit. We missed you last night, dude. Shout out to you. G. Lou and Mrs. G. Lou. Albright's Fur Farm. Shout out to Mr. Albright. We had some great conversations with him last night. Gave us some good thoughts. So many notes last night. So good to see all of you. Great to see you too, brother. Always a pleasure to spend some time with Mr. Albright. Who else got out there, D's? Our girl Slugbug down there in the Lou. Morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Great morning, Slugbug. Hope you and the fam bam are having a solid start to your Friday. In progress, the legendary IP GM. Let's get it. Friday. That's my only plans. Right back your way, baby. Shout out to you, IP. Appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Real Cats, sight for sore eyes. I'm the top enroller of people in career credential programs, and we just got a new car. Thanks for a great message. Here's to new cycles. Hey, just a little bit. One day at a time. Keep breaking those cycles.
I get a new car today.
Hey, little RAV4. Gonna upgrade to a SUV, a little SUV. Who's to say? Who's to know? A little SUV. Shout out, Real Cats. Appreciate you being live in the chat. Thanks for bringing some perspective this morning. Our friends over at Radio Free Hub City, the legendary Mr. Ken Buckler and the beautiful Miss BB and Mrs. Buckler, if you're around there too. Here's how much normal terrifies people. Local residents said he was going to start his own town newspaper. Someone threatened to report him to the town zoning for running business from his home. Wow.
Crap pot mentality, bro.
Wow.
Hey, you can't have more than we have, so we're going to tell. Where's your hall pass?
Where's your hall pass? What gave you the right to do that?
You know what's crazy? The person that reported that person right there works at a 9 to 5, isn't going to do shit, ain't ever going to be shit, and their kids ain't going to be shit. So there it is.
The person that, that's a fucking, that's a fact. I'm like, hey, yeah, hell yeah, that's my fucking quote right there, baby. But, you know, and the funny part is that, fuck, man. And, you know, I ain't said that in a minute. Fuck. Oh, that got me. But, you know, the funny part is that motherfucker probably ain't even working a 9 to 5. If that motherfucker's got time to comment and report fuck people, that motherfucker ain't got shit going on. They're probably living off of welfare, food stamps, ain't doing dick. Probably got 4 baby daddies and 8 fucking kids so they can keep stacking up the stamps. Son of a bitch. Tell me they got something going on in their life. Shout out Ken Buckler. What a great example. Bunch of fuddy-duddy sons of bitches. Who else we got out there, D's? Let's see the beautiful Bella Rossi. Great morning, Mama Snow. Shout out to you, Miss Mama Snow. We appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks for always being live in prime time. Great to see you the other day. Chris Aswomala. Shout out. Great to see you. Glad you're on the mend. Feeling better. Glad to hear everything's going good. Great to see you last night. Great morning, Diamond Hand fam. Have a spectacular Friday, everyone. Right back your way, Mr. Aswomala. We appreciate the hell out of you. Good, sir. Kim Jones, you chicken suckers got me looking up these Spanish words. Maybe you don't want to look up chinga tu madre. Might not be the one to look up. If somebody ever says that to me, that's probably not good. Probably not good in relation to you, Mama Bear. Who's to say? Who's to know? Great point. Our members are different. We do it. Damn right.
We be doing it, though.
Diamond Hand fam don't just talk about it. They do it. We don't just share the perspectives and the ways to break out of the system and find real wealth and create generational wealth. We be doing the damn thing. Shout out. Great reminder, Mama Cap. Appreciate you. DFS Joshua. Hey, I got to shout out Josh. Shouted me out on X. Tagged me in the comments of that video that got put out. It's always been checking out Stacking Chips on X. If you don't know, shout out DFS Josh, man. I know the pieces fit because I watched them fall away. I see y'all when I'm 100. Great show as always. Shout out Josh. We appreciate you, brother. Thanks for being live in prime time in the chat, man. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beans. Que guapo. That is a silent G with a UAPO there for you. Just a reminder, Mr. Albright, who's to say, who's to know, not a WAPO. You know, them Spanish people, they be saying shit backwards instead of brown car. It's car brown.
A lot of their syllables don't make any sense.
Makes no fucking sense. There's a lot of L's, Ayas. It's just fucking, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But then again, you start thinking about English and it's like there. It makes me want to swear. So I don't even know what the fuck the point of language is.
I'm really good at the there thing. I'm actually really good at that.
I'm not bad at it either, but really, you know, it was the first thing that just came to my mind. And it rhymed.
Well,
then, yes.
I'm really good at that.
Effect, and effect.
I don't use that at all because they mean the same thing.
You know what I do? I use impact.
That's a good idea because they literally are the same thing. It's only a reason for somebody to bitch at you for using the other one.
Bingo. So you just take it out of your vocabulary and use impact, and it makes even more impact in what you're trying to say. Oh man, it's like I've been around the block a time or two, Swirl One. You know, I sent an email or two here or there to try and, you know, close a sales deal. Who's to say? Who's to know? Huh? Well. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beans, live in prime time over there in the chat, whether you're on X, YouTube, Rumble. We appreciate you helping that third and final segment of the day continue to go and flow, baby. We appreciate you all starting your day the right way here at Forge and Fuel, my friends. But that is episode 679. It's time to wrap this bad boy up for the day. I go slang a little lightweight, knock out a few errands, do a couple things here, DHMG, and then, do a little kicking back here on a Friday. Who's say, who's no, might get into this, might get into that. Who knows what might happen? But nothing else to get into, speaking of, here on this show. So it's time to wrap this bad boy up the only way that we know how to do so. And we begin by checking back in with the man, the myth, the legend, the one and the only, with an emphasis on the one, DJ Swirl One. Any final thoughts, reminders, comments, perspectives, questions, closing concerns, anything in between for episode 679?
Reminder, no gag spaces tonight. That's coming tomorrow. We'll do a DJ party tomorrow. If I wasn't out here picking up a new, vehicle and doing all the things I got to do, I tried to change this. It just didn't happen. So, hey, life hits. You just got to do what you got to do. So I'll be there for you guys tomorrow night to be able to get that rocking and rolling. So tonight, that's right. It's going to be a good one too. I'm ready. I'm fired up. Also, my friends, this is the last day of February, just in case you didn't know. You've already got almost 60 days down in this year. It's going to happen fast. It's going to go through this year so quickly. You're going to be wondering, where was it? How come I didn't save any money? Where's that $8 coffee when I need it? Just start doing something today. Right now, I hate to say it, but Bitcoin's in a spot where I would buy. People are like, what do you mean? If you like Bitcoin at 100,000, you're going to love it at 80. So I'm just telling you there, you might as well pick up on it. That's the only way I look at it. This is your opportunity. People are like, man, I'm not going to buy that shit. Well, you know what? At 108, you were like, oh my God, I can't believe this is here. Guess what? Do you think it's going to stay down forever? No. So just get after that if you guys want to. And I want to thank all of you FNF fam out there that are paying attention to this live or on the recording. We completely appreciate your attention this morning. Thank you so much for all that you do for the FNF fam. Send this thing out, subscribe, like, post, send a link, all the things that we ask you to do. We really appreciate that. That really does help the program. And with that, DZ, thank you so much for kicking so much ass in the background back there. Man, these sounds and everything, killing it.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a good day today, Capp. Let's get it going.
Shout out, Swirl One. Appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks for your vibes, your knowledge, your insights all morning long. We'll see you tomorrow for a little space and DJ party. Have a fantastic rest of your Friday, because you, sir, deserve it. I was chuckling over here because old Chuck the chicken sucker is really starting to stick. Shout out to Mullet Man. Just post a little chicken underneath my morning post. Hey, the old chicken sucker is really starting to stick around here. Who's to know? You chicken suckers. Shout out to you tuning into the show. Couple of reminders for you. Once again, GAC Spaces, TGIS. Thank Grandpa. It's Saturday Spaces tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Swirl One DJ party after that. You might want to acquire yourself some fun, guys. Maybe the next 24 hours, so you're ready for that. Also, it is not recorded, so sucks to suck, but we did have our Gateway meeting last night, and there will probably be a bunch of follow-ups and conversations, as always, within the Gateway, as always tends to happen. So if you're not in the Gateway already, you're not a full-time member of the Diamond Hand fam, it does support what we do. It continues to push us forward, but it also continues to push you forward. It is a full-fledged community and resource hub that takes everything we talk about and goes so much deeper. Helps you break out of this system, helps you get better mentally, physically, financially, personally, professionally, whatever it is. I promise you, all you got to do is keep showing up. It works if you work it. And if you're looking for the links for the Gateway or anything pertinent for Diamond Hand Media Group or GACC, baby, you can find it all down in this episode's description. And while you're laughing, looking around at those links, maybe you could take a moment to hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, like this show as well if you haven't already. In all honesty, just take a few brief moments to smash the shit out of whatever buttons you currently see on your screen, as it only helps us continue to grow and flow and make this show and all the shows that fall under the Diamond Hand Media Group umbrella bigger and better for each and every one of you. But for now, my friends, it is time to officially wrap this bad boy up for the day. Paper or plastic? week. Put a bow on that Shamama Beach. Episode 679 is officially over. No mas, no mo. It's time to get on up and get on. Make like geese and get the flock out. Make like a banana and split.
There's
but not
geese right here.
Oh, it's a pretty goosey town around here. Lots of geese all over the place around here. Who's say who's no? Shout out to those geese. We're gonna make like them geese and get the flock out. But before we do, a couple of things we'd appreciate it if you'd allow us to remind you. Number one, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse.
What?
Number two, even a dead fish can go with the flow.
What?
And number three, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, we ask you keep in mind at DHMG, we don't only HOLD.
What?
We hold each other up. Oh, shit, over here. Hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shout out to each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Thanks for starting your day the right way here at Forge and Fuel, baby. And every single day you decide to do so. If you tuned into the whole week, boy, oh boy, you got better this week. Nuclear power plant every single day. We can't thank you enough for helping us stay on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions and investing your time and your attention with us. We'll continue to pay that back to you, showing up consistently every single day and being right by your side while you get on that pursuit too, baby. We also ask you remember that you are kind, you are smart, you are important, and you are loved. Go share these vibes, this energy with the world outside. Go hold the dough, turn those frowns upside down, be sharing smiles all around. Be the light, shine so bright, they don't know what time of day it is when you come around. Well, my friends, that's all the reminders we got for you. That's all of episode 679. We will see you same time, same place back here on Monday morning. We hope you have a wonderful weekend unless you have any other plans. But for now, for Mr. Producer, Derek, DEEZYY, DZ Snow, for the co-host with the Mo-Host, BJ, Swirl One, Sparks, Swirl One. Haven't heard that in a while. And for yours truly, your host with the most, Colton, Capp, Swirl. We can't thank you enough once again for tuning in and starting your day the right way here at Forge and Fuel, baby. Have a fantabulous rest of your Friday unless you have any other plans. And last but certainly not least, my friends, as always, peace and love.